Hi.
Hello, hello, hello. Good evening. Good evening, everybody. Happy Friday. It's Happy Friday. Hope everybody's doing well. My name is Noreen N. Henry, and I am your Victorious Living Coach. I am the founder of Victorious Living Culture, where it is a Victorious Living movement. And our passion is to help individuals move out of mediocrity, stuck, brokenness to victorious living, all while staying in joy, peace, and happiness as they go through their circumstances till they overcome them. And today, welcome to another highlighting of owning your life. And we have another special guest I'll introduce in a moment. So, as we are approaching Thanksgiving next week, it's unreal, right? It's Thanksgiving is next week. I know, it's going to be different this year for a lot of people. It's going to be different, but still stay safe, still be well, still enjoy life because we know tomorrow's promised to nobody. Enjoy and just be thankful. I know we're to be thankful every day. We're to be thankful every day, but still, it's nice to take the time out to, get together with family, whoever will be getting together with family. But make sure to still enjoy. And so, as we talk about owning your own life, we have our guest Connie who owns her life. There was a time in my life where I wasn't owning my life. I didn't know to properly own my life. So it was, gaining knowledge over time that I learned to properly own my life. And so I was led to interview people to talk about how they own their life, if they were owning it or not. And so our guest today is Connie Balcher Inukai. I keep saying it wrong. I'm saying it right.
You're right.
Uh, uh, Let me read her bio. Um, so Connie Inukai is grandmapreneur, MA, Columbia University, BA, the Ohio State University. Connie had a distinguished career as a technical writer, professor at the University of Maryland and Johns Hopkins University. This was her first act. Her second act was being an entrepreneur and inventor of a device to help people read small print on the menu on the bill and figure out a tip and split bill in seconds. She is a well-known author of How I Got My Product on QVC, The Today Show, The View, and more in retirement. For her third act, she developed a service to help people write their life story in pictures. And that's www.writeyourselfie.com. Connie encourages baby boomers to have an active retirement through business or social entrepreneurship. Let's welcome Connie to highlighting of owning your life.
Thank you, Noreen. And it's so nice to see you. Okay.
It's a
I
pleasure.
feel like we're friends because we've
Yes,
known each other
exactly.
for a while.
Right,
Okay.
right. And as we're talking about friends, how did we meet?
How did we meet? I think we met at through Erica Latrice, who has an organization called Amplify Her. And I found her and I was just so drawn to her because she's so energetic. And then I met you through Erica. And so we've both, shared stories together.
Right. I'm just uh changing the setting on Facebook. I'll be right there. Yeah, so we met at Amplify Her,
Right.
where we met on an inner circle call, and we connected right away. And then Connie introduced me to Paul Brody, where I was interviewed because he interviews authors. So I thank you for connecting me to Paul. So I had a podcast interview
Well,
with
I
him.
think that entrepreneurs have to help each other,
That's
right?
right. That's right.
It's
Right.
I was so glad to be
Yeah,
able to give you that connection.
yeah, I appreciate that. And yeah, because I agree with you, because and no man is an island. We cannot live this life and
Exactly.
do what we need to do on our own, right? We
We
need,
can live our own life, but we need friends.
right, right, right. So we can begin with the question, right? So were you always on in your life, or if not, when did you realize, and how when did you realize, and what did you do with owning your life?
This is kind of interesting because I didn't think about it till you asked me that. I think that when I was married and raising children, I really was not owning my own life. I was like living for my children and my husband and trying to support him, and everything he did. And I got divorced. And after that, I really began taking control of my life.
Right.
I worked a lot. I was a
Hmm.
writing teacher, and I used to spend all night grading papers all the time. So I
Wow.
really took control of my life when I retired.
Wow.
And I
Wow.
retired
So
at age 68.
wow, you don't look it.
Thank you. I'm more than that. So I retired because I loved my job, but I was so busy inspiring others, my students who were
Yeah.
seniors in college, what to do with their
Yeah.
life, how to find a rewarding job and career.
Right.
And then I just decided I have to do my own.
Yes. Yeah. So
Mhm.
this is interesting. So you was raising your family, you was married, and so you weren't owning your own life until after you were out of the marriage, and then also more so when you retired, you owned it even more
Exactly.
so. So what made you realize that you weren't owning, like, did you realize you weren't owning it like properly back then?
No, I don't think I really realized it, but now I realize that I am. I don't even know if, like, my ex husband and I are friends, but
Hmm.
I don't think he knows what I do.
Wow,
Because actually, when I quit my job, when I retired, I became
yeah,
an inventor,
that's
and
powerful.
then I got a lot of publicity about my invention. This is my invention. It's
Nice.
called tip and split. And what it is, it's for people who are older and can't see. When we go to a restaurant, we can't read the small print on the menu or on the bill, especially when it's dark in the restaurant. So I
Right,
have a magnifier, and then I have a light on the back. It's not really, so bright that it interferes with anyone. And then
right.
it can also figure out a tip and split the bill in seconds.
That's
So I
awesome.
started getting publicity for this invention, and I still am. And
That is wonderful.
this is something, really shouldn't say this because I'm friends with my husband, but when I say, oh, I'm going to be on an interview, or I got some publicity here, he says, I thought you already had some publicity. Do you
You,
understand?
you can never get enough.
Right, right, right. Because
It's a,
I love meeting new people. I love,
right,
I'm
right.
just not dead yet. I'm
No,
still
not at
going
all, not
strong.
at all. And this is something too, when people talk about retirement, because myself, I'm working at the moment, and I'm going to retire from my job, but I'm not going to retire from life, right? I'm
Right.
doing something else, right? Not retire. Instead, like I heard someone say recently, I don't remember what they said to replace the word with, but not to say retirement, to say something else, but I just don't remember what the word is. But so when I say I retire, I'm retiring from the corporate job, and
Yes.
then I will be moving on to doing my own thing, right? For me,
Right. Exactly. Because I think
to
it
live
keeps
for
us
it,
young.
right?
And
Right, it does.
also, you and I share that we have grandchildren,
Yeah, yeah,
and they keep us young.
they sure
So
do.
I have two of them that live with me.
Hmm.
So I think we have a lot in common, and it keeps
Right,
us active and,
it does.
busy,
It does.
very
It really
busy,
does.
right?
Yeah, yeah. It keeps your
So,
mind fresh, fresh.
yeah, exactly. So then my third act
Yeah.
is what I'm doing now, because when something comes up, I kind of get these feelings like I have to do something new. And
Hmm.
my third act was during COVID.
Oh, wow.
During COVID, because I'm a high risk because of my age,
So they
and
say.
I don't like to go out. So
Ah,
I tried to do something that I could do while I was indoors.
right.
And one of the things that inspired me is actually the death of Kobe Bryant.
Oh,
He
wow.
died in January, and it was tragic and very
Yes.
sad.
Very.
But
Yes.
yeah, but everybody's going to know him. His young children and his, future grandchildren, they're
Right.
all going to know about him because he was such a celebrity.
Right.
But
Right.
who's going to know about me,
Mm-hmm.
right?
I like that. I think we have
Uh-huh.
to talk.
Who's going to know about me unless I
Right.
tell them? So I took the time of COVID
Yeah.
to write about myself and what I want to pass down to my children
Wonderful.
and my
Wonderful.
grandchildren. So I wrote this book.
That is wonderful.
Thank you. This
I'll
is
tell
my
you
book.
why as well. Oh my gosh.
Can you see it?
Yeah, I
That's me
can.
when I was about 2.
Wow, that is wonderful. I love that.
Thank you. So now I'm helping other people to write their story because
Yes,
everybody has a story.
they do. Yep.
Everybody has one, but
Yep.
most people don't know how to start. So
Right.
I'm just like to be accountable. Like I'll
Mm-hmm.
say, how far are you along?
Yeah.
What are you
Yeah.
doing
So you
next?
help them.
And I'll have
So
like weekly phone calls
that's
with them
awesome. That's
and talk
awesome.
about what's going on.
I
So,
love that. I love
so
that even more so because I'm big on legacy myself, right? When I started to change my life, one of the things I was calling myself was a legacy changer. So I have a couple of journals about legacy, like, and the one I made created last year was actually a legacy book where you can record your legacy as you go along, right? Because one of the things for me is I never met my grandparents. I only met one, so I don't know much about my fourth parents, right? So I don't even know much about my grandparents. So that's why I created a legacy book so people can journal as they go along. So that's how I love that.
So what I did when you talk about grandparents, I knew my grandma, but I didn't know my grandfather. But I found out something that my mother never told me.
Yeah,
So in my book, can you see this picture?
you
Oops.
can put. Yeah, I can see that.
That's
Yep.
a picture of my grandma and my grandpa from my mother's side.
Wow.
And
Wow.
they immigrated to the United States in 1912.
Wow.
But they had to postpone their trip because my grandma was pregnant.
Oh,
And the trip that they canceled was on the Titanic. Is
look
that
at
not
that.
something? I didn't even know it.
Gosh.
I found out from my cousin, who's a little bit older than me, and
Uh-huh.
his father was the one that my
Oh,
grandma was pregnant with.
that's big.
Yeah,
That's big.
so I found out so many stories that I didn't
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
and then I shared stories. I share stories all the time with my grandchildren,
And this
and
is
I think this is my legacy, so that
yes.
they
Yep.
will know about me, but they'll
That's right.
also know about their great grandparents and their grandparents.
I love that. That's
I mean,
wow.
no,
That,
I'm the
that
grandparent.
is
Their great grandparents and their
right.
great
And the
great
great grandparents.
grandparents.
Right. And this is owning your life, right? Because
This is owning my life.
I love that because I said I wish that my grandparents had a book, right? Because then I
Right,
would get to know much more about them. I don't know much about them. I don't know anything really about my great grandparents.
right,
Legacy is big for me as well. It's
right.
big
I
for me as
know.
well. But
I've
I
heard that
love that.
about you.
Oh,
So I'm helping other people now write
yeah,
their story.
yeah, yeah,
I made it into 6 simple steps
yeah.
for them to write it, and they can write it in 1 month.
Look at that.
Yeah,
Awesome, awesome, awesome.
because
So, as anybody watching and then those on the replay, I am going to put Connie's information in afterwards so then you can get to contact her.
yeah, so I'm enjoying it so much because because I have grandkids living with
Yes,
me, I'm
yep,
able to teach them things. Like
that's right.
2 weeks ago, my grandson was learning about the Supreme Court because we
Uh-huh.
got a new justice,
Mm-hmm.
right? So I showed him a picture in my book that my mother was the first female law student at the University of Minnesota.
Wow.
And two of her professors became Supreme Court justices.
Yes, that. Wow.
So I showed my grandson, Julian,
Yeah.
the picture of my mother at her 50-year college reunion.
Wow, that's
with
powerful.
her two law professors who were Supreme Court justices. So he told that to his teacher. So that's kind of impressive.
Right, that's right. Exactly.
So now they
That's
know
right.
about their great grandma.
Wow. Powerful, powerful. So what I like too is that your first phase, your second phase, your third phase. So you was owning your life in phases.
Well, it's sort of like acts, because a lot of people say, okay, now you work here. What's your second act?
Mm-hmm.
So I did my second act as an inventor.
Right.
And now, because of COVID, I decided to do my third act.
Powerful, powerful, powerful. You're going to keep going. And that's what I like too, because there's no need to retire. You keep going. there's no need to stop. And I like what, I agree with you what you're saying too. Everybody has a story. I believe everybody has a book as well.
Everybody has a book. Everybody has a story. But it's so easy to write your story, especially the way I help them.
Yeah. That.
Uh-huh.
So what advice can you give to someone who wants to own their life, that they don't know where to begin?
Oh, okay. So I'm going to show you what is on my desk that I look at every single day. Okay? This is on my desk. Wait, can you see this? This is a quote by Aaron Hansen, and it says, "What if I fall? Oh, but my darling, what if you fly?"
Powerful.
Isn't that great?
Love that.
I love it too. I read it all the time. Like, that's what I would tell people. Don't worry about it, because if you're a retired person like me, I've already raised my kids.
Yeah.
I would rather give them my stories and my legacy than my money. I don't have a lot of money, but I would rather give them my legacy.
Change your words. Change your words.
What?
Change your words.
What do you mean?
Well, we get what we say. So if you say you don't have a lot of money, you won't. So you have to change your words. I do have a lot of money.
I mean, I'm doing fine. But the fact is, I would rather give them something meaningful.
Yeah, I understand.
Right.
I love those words. So what are some of the things that, well, we already talked about it, what you're up to in the world. We're already talking about it with, because what made you come up with inventing was it tip and split?
Right.
Tip and split. Like,
what made me come up with this?
Yeah.
Because I started getting old and I couldn't see the menu.
Yeah.
The print was too small.
Yeah.
And the older I get, the smaller the print gets. So I would go out to dinner with my friends, and I never brought reading glasses along. I kept them at home, but I didn't bring them with me. Right. And so I would always borrow somebody's. Somebody would have them, you would pass them from one person to the next. And I thought, now somebody has to do something like this. Maybe we can carry a magnifier around, or
oh my gosh,
and a light. So I decided to invent this, and just to make it more fun, I added the tipping and splitting features, because usually one person will take the bill and figure out the tip. Right. It's never me. I'm not good at math, and I just don't want to be bothered. So somebody will do it, and then if we want to split it, the server hates it. Right. If you say, "Will you split it for us?" They hate it. Right. So I decided that I would make it such an enjoyable meal. Yeah. And then when people go out to eat and they bring this out, everyone says, "Wow, look at that,"
And then you got it on QVC?
Yeah, QVC, the Today Show and The View. Huh?
Wow. And how was that? What was the process with getting it? Like, was it a hard process getting it on QVC?
Oh, well, for me, it was not so hard. I went to an inventors trade show.
Oh, okay.
And the first time I went there, my manufacturer disappointed me and didn't have my product.
Oh, wow.
And so I went there with just pictures of what it was going to
Hmm.
be. And everybody, they had QVC there to pitch. You could pitch to them. So I
Okay.
was a little bit embarrassed, but I pitched with just pictures. And they said, I love
Okay.
the idea. Come back
Right.
when you have it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So the next year I went back with my product.
Look at that.
And I said, I remember the one woman who was in charge of the panel of
Hmm.
judges. And I said, do you remember me? I was here last year. And they said, yeah, of course we remember me. So I said, well, I have my product now. So actually, after I pitched my product,
Yeah.
everybody got up and applauded. I think they
Oh,
like it.
nice.
Also, they like it because of my age.
Yes.
Most
Yeah.
inventors are young and, and
Right.
not.
Right. Right.
And so
And
they invited me onto QVC.
look at that. And that's why this is an encouragement for everybody, young and older, right? It's an encouragement that whatever it is you have, just do it.
Uh-huh.
Just do it.
And
Wow,
another
like,
another thing you could say is if somebody says no, find out why and then do it.
right,
So
awesome.
that's what I did also. They
That's a
told me why
nugget
I
right there.
wasn't going to get on, and it was obvious
Right,
because I
right,
didn't have a product.
right. That's another nugget right there for those listening and for those listening on the replay. If you say no, if you get a no, ask why, because it could be
Right,
something.
exactly. And every no can become a yes.
Yes, awesome, awesome, awesome. Love that. Thank you. And that is it's an encouragement as well. I'm going to go to my father and tell him, see, that's why you should be doing more. Because I tell him you need to be doing more. So now I can tell him that what you invented and you've been on QVC and The View and what was the other one? The
The
Today
Today Show
Show. Look at that with your
and
invention.
more. It
That's
was
more.
on a
That's
few other
more. Right.
places.
That's more. That's awesome. Awesome.
Fox News. I was on their best holiday gifts.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Nice.
So
Wonderful, wonderful,
I've had
wonderful.
a
And I
lot
just
of
love it that
publicity.
you're doing this in retirement.
What?
I love that you're doing this in retirement.
Oh, I love it too because when I was working, I didn't have time
Right, right.
because I don't know. Most people who go to college pull all nighters, like
Yeah.
like every weekend you pull an all nighter to get your work done. I had to pull an all nighter for 35 years,
Wow. Wow.
because I was teaching for that long, and I couldn't do anything else.
Wow. Um, I asked you, right. So how can someone connect with you?
Okay, so you can connect with me at www.writeyourselfie.com. And if you subscribe, I give you some freebies on how to start writing your selfie.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. I thank you so much for agreeing to come on, and
Thank you.
for those listening and for those on the replay, listen to check it out. Check out Connie. She is retired and she is doing so much in her retirement. There was actually something you said about the you encourage the baby boomers. Right, you encourage. I'm the last year of the baby boomers, so I actually fall in the category.
You're the last
I'm
year?
the last year of baby boomers
Uh-huh.
when I was
Right.
born.
So,
So
yeah,
I'm actually a baby boomer.
yeah. Well, I think it's wonderful to be a baby boomer, and when I was younger, like when I hit 50, I was miserable.
Oh wow.
I was so upset because I felt like I was getting old. And then when I hit
Wow.
60, I thought,
Yeah.
oh my gosh, the world is over.
Oh no.
Then when I hit 70,
Yeah. You do not
I'm
look it.
happy.
Look at
I
wow.
own it. You
Awesome.
say
Awesome.
own your
Awesome.
life, I'm owning my age.
Awesome. 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 You do not look 70. You look wonderful,
Thank
and
you.
you are such an encouragement for all ages, the young, the middle aged, the older age, because I don't say old up. But you're an encouragement for us all.
Thank you.
And
Well,
so
you are also, Noreen. You
Oh,
are
thank
awesome,
you.
and it's such a pleasure to talk with you.
Oh, thank you so much. So thank you again for coming on. It was a pleasure to have you and speak with you and learn more about you and with what you're doing. So you're going to have a fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, and up act.
I don't know. I
It's
actually
not
started thinking
over.
about another. I started thinking about a new invention,
See, it just keeps
but
coming
I'm not
going.
going to do it because I'm working on Write Your Selfie.
Right, right, and that's what the experts say anyway. Work on one thing at a time.
Uh,
So, and then before you go to the next. So that's a good thing anyway.
mhm.
But it's just a wonderful. I thank you for coming on. So um, and we will stay in touch, and also I will add Connie's information into the post so then you can get to access to contact her easier that way as well after the show. So
Thank you.
again, happy Friday. I want to actually talk about some of the things I have coming up before we come off. Next Tuesday, I am doing a crash course, and it's for in preparation for the holidays because this is the season, I call it the food and eating season, where there's an abundance of food and people, statistics say people can gain up to 10 pounds during the holiday season. So I have some tips I have to give on the course that I'm conducting next Tuesday at 8 p.m. And it's just $47 Black Friday sale, half price for whoever's interested. Just make sure to contact me and give you the registration link. And so that you don't sabotage yourself during the holidays. And I also have a book that I just published too, because one of the things is our thoughts, our words, because our words frame our world. So I have a 30-day journey, 30-day journal, daily thoughts, where it's for you to record your daily thoughts for 30 days. And at the end of it, that determines where your life is, if you're on that victorious living path, or if you know you have to work on that. So it will determine where you are. It will show you where you are with regards to your thoughts. So powerful things that I'm led to create. So listen out, watch out for Connie, watch out for myself, for all the things that are coming up. But make sure to check out Connie and listen to the great tips that she left on this interview. So until next time, remember that there is always hope. It is always possible. Victorious living is possible. There is always hope. I am Noreen N. Henry, your Victorious Living coach. Bye for now.
Thank you. Thank
You
you.
are welcome. You are welcome.
Okay, that was great.